Good morning, community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening Canning Recipes, a little bit of everything. It is sweet corn preserving time, and we're going to do corn on the cob. So to get started, before Pop and I start shucking, is I've got me a big pot of water on the stove because we are going to blanch, and I've got my cool water set off over here on the side, and I have a tray with some paper towels where we're going to put the corn so it can dry out before we pop it in our freezer bags. So long time no see, guys. It's been so busy here and things have about exhausted themselves. I think we'll be able to have one more tomato sale, and really didn't get any squash and zucchini. A little disappointed about that. Back acres looking okay. Cucumbers are still very slow to come in, but we had one of our customers go up north of us and pick up some sweet corn from another farm up there. And so me and Pop are getting ready to start shucking, and we are going to preserve it. So we got 2 grocery bags full. Let's see what we end up with. So we're gonna put our husk in this basket, and then we're gonna put our corn in this basket to get ready to preserve.
It's just getting bad about stuff.
This is some good looking corn, guys. Now, if you're gonna do this method, you're gonna wanna get it as fresh as possible. We got us a heaping basket of corn, guys, a heaping basket. So it didn't take us very long to shuck it. Waiting on our water to start boiling. Got my ice bath over here. So now it's time to wait for this water to get hot. Now, if you don't blanch your corn on the cob before you freeze it, it can turn out mushy and just not very appetizing. So that's why we're gonna go ahead and blanching it. A lot of things that you freeze, you probably should blanch. Your green beans, your squash, your zucchini, your corn. I even blanch my tomatoes and because I skin them before I go ahead and freeze them. But a lot of people just core the tomatoes and pop them in the freezer as is. I'm getting some bubbles, guys, so it's starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and start my process. So we're going to blanch them for 3 minutes. We're going to put them in our ice cold water to cool them down. And then we're going to put them on a paper towel to dry. And we want them to get cool and dry before we wrap them up. And I'll show you how we're going to do that here in a minute, because you don't want them to be damp where ice crystals might form on them and get freezer burn, because we want these to last us at least 6 months. I'm sure we'll probably eat them before then, but we want to make sure and preserve them as best as we can. Got the pot loaded up. We want to make sure and get them down in there. And I'm on time, 3 minutes. It's 8:20 a.m. right now. Ooh, I'm so excited about this sweet corn. You just can't hardly find it anymore because most of the corn around here, they let dry out and go to feed and spray it heavily. So we got this from a place called Furman Family Farm, and it's up in North Texas, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours from us. So you might want to look them up. I don't know how long they're going to be doing this, but they set up a little roadside stand like we do and sell their stuff. All right, we got them in our ice bath. We want to stop the cooking. This is going to take a little bit because I did load it up, and we'll wait before these cool down to put them on our paper towels, and then we'll load back up the rest of our corn. I'm going to pack these 3 ears per pack because that's for me, Pop, and Greg, and if we have visitors, then I can always take out 2 packs, but that's how you want to pack your stuff up, is per individual meal. And I counted, I think, about 33 ears of corn. So that's going to be about 11 meals for us, guys. So if we eat it once a week, that's going to be about 3 months. So we need this to stay good for at least 3 months, if not more. Some of them are getting a little cool, but yeah, they're doing a little better. If you wanted to speed this process up, you could pop it in the fridge for a little bit, but I don't think that's necessary. It's cooling down pretty quick. Next thing you want to do is wrap each individual wrap each individual ear in some cling wrap or saran wrap, and then we're going to put this in a vacuum sealer bag, or you can put them in a freezer bag, and this kind of gives it just a little bit added protection. Now, if you wanted to freeze the individual kernels, you would still blanch and just cut them off the cob and throw them in a freezer bag to do it that way. But we want corn on the cob. Got my next batch in. I've moved these over to cool a little more, and I'm getting this tray ready for my next batch that's in my pot. Now your intention when you're blanching is not to cook. It is just to seal them up and try to retain the flavor and the texture. Ooh, wait, now that's a mess of corn, my friends. Pop it in my vacuum sealer here. And shazam! Looking good. Now guys, if you have a vacuum sealer, you probably don't need to use the cling wrap, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to make sure that they are preserved and that they do not get freezer burned. But usually a vacuum sealer will suck all the oxygen out and the moisture and keep things from getting freezer burned quite well. But I want to make sure that these are safe. And if you are using a freezer bag, you do want to use the saran wrap. So these are still cooling. I'm going to get back to work, but I wanted to get this video and show you guys just how easy it is to preserve your fresh corn on the cob if you're lucky enough to have some grown, or if you're lucky enough to be able to pick some up near you. We love you guys. Take care. God bless. Special prayer request for Greg's mom, please. We'll update you later on that. But anyway, love you all. See you soon.